bigcal and welcome to my world. Today I'm going to be unboxing a box of games that I was sent from a fan. The same fan who in the past got me an Xbox 360 and all those games with it, which was incredible. So thanks again for that. And he messaged me last week or so saying that he'd been doing a clear out, found a bunch of old games, told me what they were, asked if I wanted any. So I gave him a list of the ones that I wanted. He sent me them, finally arrived today, so I'm going to open up and see what's inside, because I can't remember most of the ones that I asked for, so it's all new to me as well still, because my memory's terrible. Yeah, so let's get opening the boxy box. Now, scissors over there. Okay, now how much bloody tape did you need? Jesus. Where's that bit tied? There we go. It's open. Yeah. And we have a little note first of all. It was my birthday last week, so he sent these basically as sort of a birthday present, I guess, so thanks. And of course, yes, he is a huge Hulk Hogan fan. One of the few left, it seems, these days. Put that over there, and let's see. Get the bubble wrap out of the way. So the games aren't all the best games in the world or anything. It's not like you had a ton of, like, you know, super cool, rare, expensive games or anything. Just a bunch that sounded interesting to add to my collection. So don't be expecting anything amazing from this. So first up, PS1 game, and it is Tekken 3. There we go. Tekken, obviously a big fighting game series, and I think is Tekken 3 supposed to be sort of one of the best that was out, or at least the best that was on the PS1. Yes, that's all complete. Very good. Jeez, look at the thickness of the manual. That's because there's about 30 different sodding languages. Ah well, so there we go. Got Tekken. Nobody see now. We have Men in Black, the game, the PS1. Big fan of the films. The games, I've only played two so far. I think one on the Game Boy and one on the PS2, and neither of them are spectacular. But you know, I like the films and things like that, so picked up this one obviously for the PlayStation 1 since he had it. Thought, why the hell not? Not entirely sure what the game is. I think is it a third-person shooty style game? I don't know. We'll see. Not entirely sure yet if I'm recording footage of the games for this video or not, or if I've just unboxed them. So obviously, if game footage shows up, it was recorded afterwards, obviously. So I can't really talk about how the games play or anything like that. And next up is scooter racing. Get to race about on a scooter. Seems like it could be pretty fun. You never know. Ooh, 13 radical characters to play. Whoa, tubular man. Yeah, so yeah. Oh, open that up. Yep, all nice and complete again. Oh wow, you can play as a granny. Just what I wanted in a scooter game. Yeah, so hopefully that'll be fun and won't control like shit, but you never know. Next we have, Tekken 2. Okie dokie. So I've got Tekken 2 and 3. Genuinely don't remember asking for 2 Tekken games, but apparently I did. Case has seen better days, but PS1 cases, especially here in the UK, you know, the PAL ones, big thick ones, yeah, don't really last too long, unfortunately. They happen to fall apart rather easily. But closes up fine, it will look perfectly fine on the old shelfy shelf. So there's another Tekken game. Fighting games, I like some, don't like others. Tekken I could never get into when I was younger, but now I'm older, I'll give it a try. Next is Sports Car GT. I actually had a quick look at this online before I asked for it just to see what kind of game it was, and apparently it's terrible. But I asked for it anyway because if it's terrible it might make for a fun video in the future. Yeah, because I've been sort of collecting quite a few racing games as of late, so maybe one day I'll do a big video on racing games, good and bad. And this very well might end up on the bad pile. Okay, now we got a 2-in-1 game. 007, The World Is Not Enough, and Tomorrow Never Dies. Always been meaning to pick these up every time I've seen them. I actually saw, I think it was Tomorrow Never Dies a couple of days ago in a second-hand shop. £4.99 for it. I usually see it go for like a quid, 150 at the retro gaming market. I've just, for some reason, just never picked it up. But now I don't need to because I've got it in a double pack with The World Is Not Enough. So James Bond games, you know, quite a few of them are really fun. I especially love Nightfire on the GameCube. So if these, you know, sort of play similar to, you know, Nightfire and GoldenEye and whatever, good times should be had. Those over there. Okay, how many PlayStation games did I ask for? Up next is Disney's Tarzan. Not exactly renowned as being the best 3D platformer out there, but it is a Disney game, and I do quite like owning the Disney platformer games. There's usually some fun to be had in most of them. Whether or not this is one of them that has any kind of fun or not, not entirely sure, but yeah. To add to the old Disney game collection. Okay, what else have we got? We have a UMD film, Batman. It's the one from, is it 1989? Yes, 1989, with Jack Nicholson and Michael Keaton and things like that. The old Tim Burton films. I have not seen this in years. I'm talking since I was a kid, and I'm 31 now, so you're looking at over 20 years since I last saw the original Batman films. I was never the biggest fan of Batman growing up. You know, I only really like the first two Nolan Batman films. Everything else I've never been that bothered with. But you know, I like UMD films, and I'm definitely interested in checking out the Tim Burton films again one day. And this is a good start on the old PSP UMD. Okay, PS2 game, Simpsons Road Rage, aka Crazy Taxi, but with Simpsons characters. And I think they actually got sued over it, because it was literally just Crazy Taxi, but with Simpsons characters. And obviously they didn't pay rights or anything to Sega to use it. So yeah. Full Simpsons game, people really like this one. I always thought Hit and Run was a much better game overall for this generation of Simpsons games, but this one is pretty fun from what I remember playing it years ago, so looking forward to trying it out again here with the old PS2 version. Oh, some more PS1 games, but I'll get to those in a quick second. After this PS2 game, we have Soul Calibur 2. I own at least one of the Soul Calibur games, I think it's on the PSP. They're quite fun fighting games because you tend to use weapons, you know, swords and things like that, rather than, you know, just normal punches and kicks. It just adds a bit more variety to the game, makes it a bit more fun in my opinion. So again, another fighting game to add to the collection. And like the racing games, seem to be collecting a lot of fighting games recently, so again, future video, good, bad fighting games, you never know. And hopefully Soul Calibur 2 is the good one. Okay, we'll do more PS1 games, and this one is Delta Force Urban Warfare. Okie dokie. Army shooty game. Obviously I must have asked this for this one for a reason, so I'm guessing I looked it up beforehand and thought it seemed like it could be quite fun. Yeah, so it's probably just sort of a third or a first person typical, you know, military shooty style game. So hopefully it's good and doesn't suck. What else have we got? M&M's Shell Shocked. A game about the M&M's. Because, you know, people were paying for M&M games. I love this bag of M&M's, but I wish I could play a video game starring them. Oh. Yeah, so this kind of plays a couple of different ways. I think it's sort of like, some of it's like Crash Bandicoot, literally. Where you're running down the 3D corridors and you can do a spin attack and you collect items and break boxes. Some of it's kind of like Pepsi Man, where you're running, you know, again sort of similar to Crash Bandicoot as well, where you're running towards the screen away from something, except, you know, you've got this Pepsi Man thing, jumping over things and avoiding things. I think they go both ways. Yeah, so a really crazy game, lots of different gameplay styles from what I remember seeing of it, so yeah, kind of cool to add that to the collection. And I think this is the last PS1 game, unless there's anything else in the box I haven't noticed. Tom and Jerry in House Trap. It's a Tom and Jerry game. I love Tom and Jerry as a kid. What's the actual game about? Go head-to-head combat combining madcap strategy and cartoon antics. Okay, I don't know if that means it's a fighting game or if you have to set traps and try and avoid traps and things. Not entirely sure. But hopefully, yeah, it plays alright. Yeah, you can use items, drop items, tiptoe, so yeah, it should be interesting. Yeah, so I'm guessing you sort of have to run around the house and, you know, trying to basically kill the other player with items and traps and things. So hopefully that's fun. Hopefully. Better bloody be. Can't ruin Tom and Jerry for me. They almost did that with the Tom and Jerry film back in the day where they started talking. The fuck was that about? Okay, let's just double check. Yep, 2 more games. Game Boy Color games. We've got Army Men, Air Combat. Quite interesting collecting all the Army Men games at some point, so yep, there's that one. And to add to my wrestling game collection, we have WCW Mayhem on the Game Boy Color. I'm sure it's fantastic on this system. I'm a huge fan of the PS1 WCW Mayhem. It does get quite a lot of flack online these days, but I thought it was really good for the time and still holds up quite well. You know, we've got a good grappling system, commentary is really good for PS1 days. It's better than a lot of PS2 games with commentary, and that. Entrances are cool, lots of weapons. I always thought it was a really fun game. Not expecting too much with the Game Boy Color version, but again, for my wrestling collection. Okay, and that is everything in the box. So, yeah, quite a few games there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 games and a UMD film. So yeah, pretty cool, and all for free. Sent me them for nothing, and he still kept some games as well, because there were a couple that I do own, but are pretty good games. I mentioned to you could probably sell them on eBay for like £10 or £12. He was going to send them to like Music Magpie or something, and they were offering literally like £1 for something that you could sell for like 10 quid. So it's like, yeah, a couple of games there you can sell for a bit more money, the rest, you know, kind of worthless unfortunately, but yeah. So again, thank you very much for sending me some free games. That's always cool. Anyone else want to send me some free games? Anyone? Maybe? No? You bastards. Yeah, so thanks for watching. I'm bigcal, and I'll see you again next time.